What are the best resources for players for Marvel Contest of Champions? Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new video. This one, as indeed the title, and as I just said, we're going to look at resources that are associated with Marvel Contest of Champions. Other sites that provide things like guides, helpful information, tips and tricks, and places that I rate and I would go to myself if I needed to gather information, especially to prepare myself for Marvel Contest of Champions news shows on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So let's just kick things off, and links to these places are in the description down below. Now, first of all, we've got Aunt May. Now, I know a lot of people in the past used to use the site for prestige calculations, which is sort of relevant, but because a lot of this stuff is in game at the moment, it's not really overly important. But there are things that are important, things like Challenger Rating Calculator, Champion Info, Mastery Builder in particular, which is all part and parcel with helpful information to understand, okay, so I want to build a mastery, how do I set things up? And this site has a dummy version. It's going to give you the idea, especially for those that may have been competitive in the Summoner Showdown. This is a great asset for a lot of players to use. Also, they do have a Champion Info section, which breaks things down in years, as well as heroes, villains, mercenaries, etc., and the different and various classes that we currently have in game. So this is all incredibly helpful, and yeah, Aunt May is a great resource for players to check out. Links in the description to Aunt May. Now, the previous site does have a synergy section, so you're able to benchmark different champions against synergies, set up synergies and other stuff like that and prepare. But for me, the site that I go to for synergies is marvelsynergy.com, and again, links are in the description. I just find this more of a not clean method or clean way of kind of finding out champion info, but more of a, I'd say, open-ended way to check out champion info, especially when you've got a lot of the stuff. It's just presented in a way that I personally like, and yes, Aunt May does have that, but I just feel that Marvel Synergy do a bit more when it comes to the info, and as well, I just find that it's more easy to scroll through, it's wider, it's bigger text, and as well, they've got images and stuff, which I think really goes well for those that want information on kind of champion preparation for things like synergies. And as well, I use it a lot when it comes to incursions on our incursions videos that we do. So it's great to have this as a resource, and is well worth checking out. marvelsynergy.com, all the information. As well, there are some other little helpful bits. If you go to the homepage, you scroll down to the bottom, you also have the likes of team builders, and as well, like just champion synergies, team builders. The team builders side of things is pretty cool as well, especially for preparation. Similar thing with Aunt May, but yeah, I really like this site. Next up on the list is the Reddit, Marvel Contest of Champions Reddit, 53.3k champions strong. It's great to see a community coming together when it comes to things like helpful stuff, not to mention advice, rank ups, advice that is, and as well, you know, people having a laugh as well. There's some memes floating about, but as well, it's good discussions, good display of info, sharing of ideas, which is always very positive and is well worth checking out. You can also click on various links like calendar schedules, content guides, and other stuff which helps gather that information from the player base together, and as well, you know, a great asset for bringing news to light, and as well just discussion, which I think is the most important thing. Bringing community together for discussion is one of the most vital things. So lots on offer on the Reddit, and it is the community coming together. Next up, and I can't forget my co-host, that is Dan of Frontline MCOC. Dan puts a lot of effort singularly into this site, and especially with gathering together information, as well with the MCOC calendars, giving you information on what's coming up, as well as breaks in which you have time to then grind out between alliance wars being enlisting, and as well when you're matchmaking and stuff like that. It gives you those gaps when alliance quest is about to then go into the next section. Arena stuff, you know, that's the thing, knowing when the next arena is and giving you that info, which is amazing. It's amazing to give you that length of detail. There's loads of guides as well when it comes to preparation, values on things, and whether or not it's worth going for certain types of champions, ranking up information as well. You name it, it's there, as well as news. And as well, if you follow Dan on Twitter, you'll know that when a lot of MCOC YouTubers post stuff, and as well Kabam post stuff as well. And another thing that he's doing is a very early grind guide for those that are just starting out the game, but also he puts together these really concise side quest grind guides, especially for those that want information about certain things. He did one recently for the Mutant Treasure Island, and as well a lot more as well. So yeah, make sure to go and check out Dan Frontline MCOC for all that info and more. Next up, we've got Dunres SK/MCOC. Link is in the description, of course, to every site that I'm mentioning in this video. And this is a great asset and location to go for a lot of things. Abilities, buffs, synergies. Now, I know that there will be others that will overlap, but that's the thing. I don't think it's good to have a one-stop shop, especially when there's so many different perspectives which add a little bit more depth and structure to the way that players grind. Now, there are things like sorting things by tags, which is very important. You've got abilities of champions as well, not to mention a lot of little things, just stuff like exhaustion, explaining things like the armor shattered, armor break immunity, and how that's associated with. So it's basically tying a lot of stuff together to explain stuff. Even the way that like even prompts work with the mojo. So there's a lot of stuff that is put together. It also explains a lot of things for those that may be newer to the game, and I really rate that. I think that's a really good thing, as well as buffs. And that's another thing, just having that info just there is pretty impressive. So fantastic. There are other things as well, dual targets, which I think is very good, especially when it comes to grind of recent events, targets. We've had that recently, where you need to kind of go and pick up a target in order to battle. Sometimes you just don't want to face against a 6-star, especially if you're new to the game, don't have the strongest champs, then you want to get the easiest targets. This site will have it for you, and it's well worth picking out some of those. Not all of them will be available from like easy or hard ones, but still, you know, at least they're doing the job to update a lot of these things, which I think is very impressive. And as well, there's so many other bits of information. They've even got feedbacks if you want to give them some idea of like what may be missing, but I think they cover so much. It's very vast. So yeah, go and check out Dunres.sk/MCOC. Links in the description down below. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Marvel Trucos, or Marvel Contest of Champions Trucos, however you want to kind of like say or describe. It's basically Trucos. So the fact is, Trucos goes over a lot of up-to-date information for players. If you're looking for like monthly targets, grind guides and that kind of stuff, then or grind information, so to speak, the stuff available is brilliant. So it's all well put together. You can see at the moment we've got Mutant Treasure Island targets for Platinum Jones, and it's there. Arena stuff, a lot of my arena information does come from here. Now, this does come from the Reddit, so that's something to mention as well. It does come from Arena Night, so that's something to just maybe shout as well to Arena Night on this and how they kind of like work together on that and gathering that information, as you can see here. So Arena Results Night. So yeah, it's good to see that information coming in. There is a document as well where you get the information in the spreadsheet of the kind of results coming through. So yes, shout out to Arena Night over on Reddit for the work with that. But MCOC Trucos does put together a lot of helpful information, updates and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure to go and check out Marvel Trucos. It's just handy to have it there, and it links off to the various different sites that they use in order to create the information. Another site that's always good to check out is MCOC Guide. Now, a lot of information can be put in with this, from lower grind stuff to higher end stuff. So if you're interested with guides and information, especially from like targets and other stuff, make sure to go and check out MCOC Guide. If you want a guide for things like variants, then go and check it out. Labyrinth of Legends, Alliance Quest, Arena Schedule, stuff for that, like, you know, tips, tricks, videos, especially from collating stuff from other MCOC YouTubers and putting it to one place for you to check out. This is a good area for you to go. And other stuff like immunity lists. So look, you've got lots of stuff there available, taking into consideration lots of different things. It's not just about one specific thing. Next up, and the Marvel Contest of Champions forum. This is a great place to have bookmarked. I do have this bookmarked, as it is a great place to go. This is where Kabam respond back to a lot of stuff. You don't really see them overly active in things like Twitter and Reddit and stuff like that. Yes, they are there. Yes, they are reading. Yes, they are in some ways responding. But this is their professional area that they go in order to respond back and as well post stuff. And especially when stuff goes down with the game, because look, Mutant Treasure Island, all the information from alerting players didn't come out of their social medias. It came out of the forum. So that is one key thing. especially when a lot of news breaks, as well information when it comes to champion spotlights. You can find a lot of this information here on the forums, and as well, it's a great place to give feedback to Kabam and post as well bugs. Because if you post a bug like on Twitter and as well on Facebook, or if you do it on Reddit, then Kabam don't get to see it. Post the bug in the relevant section. So there's categories over the top left hand corner, and then you're able to go down to the likes of the bugs and known issues. And bugs and known issues, you can say, look, I've had that problem too. Here's a little video of this problem in action. Here's a GIF or a GIF, whatever you want to say or describe it as. And look, you're like, there we go. There's the info. There's other players talking about it as well. And in some cases, it turns out that it's either going to be a problem with abilities or node interaction, or it's definitely going to be a problem, which a lot of times Kabam will acknowledge and they will deal with. Yes, they're not perfect, but at least there's some acknowledgement to say, look, this could be a bug, we'll take it to the team. And as well, as long as players keep on top of things when it comes to like just chasing up Kabam, which is what I try and do with Marvel Contest of Champions news, we can then get an idea of this being dealt with in the past. There's also, if there's performance issues with an iOS or Android device, do send it to them. Yes, again, they're not perfect with sorting out the Android issues, but at the same time, at least it's in one place. Lots of players are being vocal about it, and it means that Kabam see it and go, do you know what? We might have to deal with this sooner rather than later. But, you know, again, that's another story for another day. But the forum is a great place to go to have discussion and as well give feedback on various issues and things that Kabam plan before it gets worse. So, yeah. There you go, the forum. And the final thing is indeed YouTube. Now, YouTube is one of these things where it's up to you if you're interested in it, but if you're one of these people that don't respond to the reading side of things, then you respond to the watching side of things. And that's cool. I'm the same. You kind of learn by doing and seeing rather than seeing in action rather than say reading and then trying to act on it. In any case, though, it's good to see that a lot of people are active on YouTube. When I started off doing Marvel Contest of Champions YouTubing, I think there was only 10 of us, and there must be thousands now of people recording and putting content up, which is good. It's nice to see a growing community of that. But you get loads of information on YouTube from guides and other stuff. You know, I usually try and do like grind guides and things like that. So that's my next project, just to put out a load of grind guides between now and the end of the year, especially with a lot of changes that have been put in game, like the solo events and other stuff that I really want to sink my teeth into. But I'm just about to get my new office all set up for the future, so I'm looking forward to that. But you know, YouTube is great. You've got opinion videos, you've got rank up videos, you've got crystal openings, the works. Usually if you search MCOC and pick a topic of your discussion or with the kind of a guide that you want or information, you'll largely see something pop up from that. So just use that tool, MCOC, and then a guide or something like that will just go, yeah. So like MCOC Mutant Treasure Island. Let's do that. Mutant Treasure Island. Search that. Boom. Comes up with information on Mutant Treasure Island. So yeah, lots on offer there for you to check out and stuff like that. So yeah, lots of fun times can be had on there. And that concludes all the information to help you out with your grind and where to go in order to maximize your potential knowledge with the game and other stuff like that. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Make sure to check out some of the resources mentioned in the description down below, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye for now.